Okay, so morning we are discussing about even and odd functions. All right. Basically, I said the first point is whenever x belongs to A, okay, minus x also should belongs to A if A is the domain of that function. And f of minus x, if it is equal to f of x for all x belongs to the domain, then it is called even function. And if f of minus x is minus f of x for all x belongs to the domain, it is an odd function. If f of minus x doesn't come this or this, it comes something else, need not be called f of x or minus f of x, then it is neither even nor odd. There's only one function which is both even and odd, that is f of x is 0. F of x equal to 0 for all x belongs to R. I gave some simple examples for even function like x square, x power 4, 5x square, minus 9x power 10, or cos x, or sine power 4x. And all these functions, okay, for that matter, even minus cos x or minus 10 cos x. We replace x with minus x, no change in all these functions. So they're all called even functions. And odd functions like, x cube and sine x and tan x and 1 by x, or even minus x cube or minus 1 by x power 5. In all these functions, when you replace x with minus x, you'll get negative of the original function. So they're all odd. I also gave one or two examples where directly they don't look like even or odd. You have to do little calculation and simplification and then understand whether it is even or odd. Let me see if I add, let's say f of x alone is even function, g of x alone is even function. When I add them, will this total be an even function? If f is even, g is even. Can I say f of x plus g of x is even? Anybody want to answer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you call this as h of x, when you try to find h of minus x, you'll get f of minus x plus g of minus x. Because it is even, it will be f of x only back. Because g is even, it will be g of x back. And that is together h of x. So h of minus x is h of x only. Now why only 2? I can add 3 or 4. So you can add 2 even functions or 3 even functions or 10 even functions. Their sum together will be even on. If they are odd, also the final function will be odd because you are going to get a minus here, you are going to get a minus here. Finally, it will come minus h of x. So whether you add 2 or more even functions, the final function is even. Whether you add 2 or more odd functions, the final function is odd. Let us see what about the product. When I take f of x into g of x, if f is even, g is even, the total f into g will be even or odd?
Even function.
Even function.
Even function.
You will get f of minus x into g of minus x. This is plus f of x only. This is plus g of x. This is together h of x. Right. If f is odd and g is odd, what is the product function will be?
Even function.
Even function.
Yeah.
Even
Though each one of them is odd, it will be even because you'll have minus f of x minus g of x. Together it will be plus f of x into g of x only, which is h of x. Okay. So when you multiply 2 even functions also it is even. When you multiply 2 odd functions also it is even. What if I multiply 3 even functions? Let's say this alone is even, this alone is even, this alone is even. This total will be even or odd?
Even.
Even function.
Okay. Yeah, I'm recording this class not in Zoom but in screen way. Okay. If each one of them is even, total is even. If all of them are odd, what the product will be? Odd or even?
Odd function.
Odd function.
Yeah. If you multiply 2 odd functions, it will be even. But when you multiply 3 odd functions, it will be odd only. Okay. Why? Because when you replace x with minus x, this is going to become minus f of x. This is going to be minus g of x. This is going to be minus h of x. When you multiply 3 minus together, it will give you one single minus. Okay. So when you multiply as many even functions as possible, the product is even. But when you multiply odd functions, if you multiply even number of odd functions, the product is even function. If you multiply odd number of odd functions, it will be odd function, right? Okay. There is a theory that says that any function can be expressed as sum of an even function and odd function. The original function need not be even or odd, but it can be written as sum of two functions where one of them is even, one of them is odd. Let us see. I can tell the answer directly, but I'm going to derive the answer. Okay. Let us say f is any function. It is neither even nor odd, need not be even or odd. But g is even and h is odd. Okay. I want to write f as g plus h, or you can write f of x is equal to g of x plus h of x. So this is an even function, this is an odd function, but the total f of x is not even, not odd. How to find what is g and what is h in terms of f? Okay. F of minus x, let us see what will come. That will be g of minus x plus h of minus x. But g of minus x is g of x only, because g is even, I assume. H of minus x is minus h of x because h is odd. So that is f of minus x. Now take these two and add them. When you add these two, you will get f of x plus f of minus x is 2 times g of x. When you subtract these two equations, the first one and the last one, you will get f of x minus f of minus x is g of x will cancel, you will get 2h of x. So when you divide with 2, g of x is f of x plus f of minus x by 2. Here h of x is f of x minus f of minus x by 2. So I want to replace. So f of x can be written as this plus this. F of x plus f of minus x by 2. Plus f of x minus f of minus x by 2. Okay. If we simplify this, definitely f of x will come back, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because this f of minus x, this will get cancelled, we will get f of x back. But if you observe, this alone is even function. If you replace x with minus x, is there any change in this?
No, sir.
No. This will become this one, this will become this one, the total no change. So this alone is an even function. Here if you replace x with minus x, this will become this will become this. After taking minus common, it will be this. So what happens? This alone is an odd function. So this alone, f of x may be whatever it is, but this is even function, this is odd function. And by writing, we can write any function like this. So this is even and this is odd. So this is like a formula which tells you how to write any function as a sum of an even function and odd function. When you are listening to all this, are you able to recollect something from the previous chapters? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Matrices.
Yes. In matrices, A can be written as A plus A transpose by 2 plus A minus A transpose by 2. Some of you are not there in the matrices chapter. Don't worry, we will reteach to you later. This alone is called symmetric matrix. When you transpose it, no change. This alone is called skew symmetric matrix because when you transpose, you'll get negative of the original matrix. And when you add these two, you'll get a matrix. So A need not be symmetric or skew symmetric, but every matrix can be written as sum of a symmetric matrix and skew symmetric matrix. This is symmetric, this is skew symmetric. In the same way, F need not be even or odd, but every function can be written as sum of an even function and odd function. That's what this says. If somebody wants to write, you can write the whole derivation, but the final statement is every function can be written as sum of an even function and odd function based on this formula. I'm not dictating it. You can write in your own words. Every function can be written as sum of an even and odd function using this form. And that one is analogous to this. That is a matrices and this is functions. Okay, just for an example, if I take f of x is equal to 3 power x, 3 power x is not even or odd. Okay, neither even nor odd. But how can I write 3 power x as sum of two functions where one of them is even, one of them is odd? Anybody want to tell the answer?
What, sir?
3 power x is not even or odd, but I want to write 3 power x as sum of two things where I want this to be even function, this to be odd function. What is this? What is this?
3 power x plus 3 power minus x by 2.
Yeah, 3 power x plus 3
3
power
power
x.
x minus 3 power minus x by 2.
Yeah.
3 power x minus 3 power minus x.
Correct. Yes. This alone is even function. This alone is odd function. When I add them, this will come. Let's say I want to write sin x as an even function plus odd function. What will come here? What will come here? Anybody?
Sir, it is an odd function.
It is an odd function. So, but still, every function should be written as even plus odd. So this also. But then what will come here is 0. And this is sin x. Because 0 is both even and odd, right now I'll consider it as even, and sin x I'll consider it as odd. You can use this formula also, same thing will come. Okay. Let's say somebody gives me an odd function like cos x, okay, or even x power 4. Then x power 4 is even, and what is that odd function is 0. Okay. So if it is even or odd, no problem. We'll write that in the proper place, and other one 0. If it is neither even nor odd, we can write like this. Of course, I can give a very simple example also. You take x cube plus 9x square plus 5x plus 7. This and this are odd, so they will come here. That is x cube plus 5x. 9x square and 7 are even, so 9x square plus 7 will come. I don't need this formula also. I can easily understand looking at each term whether it will go into even part or odd part. Okay, so these are some examples of writing a function as sum of an even and odd function. Okay, so now in the material we'll just quickly complete some odd numbered questions. They must be very simple, nothing complicated. Okay, we discussed quite a bit about even and odd in all the details, just a matter of doing few questions. Okay, 107. They gave some function and they said it is odd. Okay, so f of x is equal to ax cube plus bx plus c. Here is odd function. Directly I can say constant should be 0 because this is odd function, this is odd but not this. If you want to prove it, take f of minus x equal to minus f of x. Or you can even write f of minus x plus f of x should be 0. What is f of minus x? Minus ax cube minus bx plus c. What is f of x? Ax cube plus bx plus c. Ax cube will cancel, bx will cancel, 2c is 0, so c should be 0. It is fairly simple, I can tell directly, if for the sake of writing. Okay, in 109 they said f of x is odd, so f of minus x is minus f of x. If I take cos of an odd function, what will happen? They're asking. So cos f of x I'm calling g of x. Let us try to find g of minus x. The cos of f of minus x. Because f is odd, f of minus x I should write minus f of x. But I know cos minus theta is same as cos theta. So this will be cos f of x itself, which is back to g of x. So g of x, that is equal to cos f of x is even. Without writing much, basically if you replace x with minus x, one minus will come out, but cos can absorb that. So no change as such. So even though f of x is odd, cos of that is still even function. Mainly because cos minus theta is cos theta. Okay, after 10 minutes, if this meeting stops now, I'll immediately restart it with the same link. You can rejoin again. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, 111. F of x is equal to, different options are there. I'm just taking one particular option. This one directly it looks like neither even nor odd, but with a little manipulation I can understand it is odd. How? What is f of minus x? A power minus x plus 1 by a power minus x minus 1. 1 by a power x plus 1 by a power x minus 1. And I take LCM 1 plus a power x by a power x, 1 minus a power x by a power x, you can cancel. If I take minus common, it will be a power x plus 1 by a power x minus 1. in the denominator when I take minus form. So a power x became a power minus x, but after simplification, we understood is almost same as this, but a minus form. So that is minus f of x. So f is odd, this particular f. Is odd function. What are the other options? They want x times this, okay? So this is option A, which is odd. Option B, f of x is equal to x into a power x minus 1 by a power x plus 1. Actually, just now we proved this is odd. X alone is odd. So you can say odd into odd is even also. Odd into odd is even. Not in numbers. Odd number into odd number will be odd number. I'm talking about odd function into odd function will be even function. Either that way, or if you really want to find f of minus x, you can recheck it. This is minus x. This is a power x minus x minus 1 by a power minus x plus 1. You can write 1 by a power x minus 1 by 1 by a power x plus 1. Take LCM. We'll get 1 minus a power x by a power x. 1 plus a power x by a power x. A power x will cancel. You can use this minus to give inside. You will get x into back to a power x minus 1 by a power x plus 1, which is f of x. So f is even. So option A, we got an odd function. Option B is even, and they want even only. So option B is right. If somebody want to check for option C, it is odd. Option D is straightforward odd. Okay. You can just try it if you want. Option C also, f of minus x will become a power minus x minus a power x by a power minus x plus a power x, which is minus of a power x minus a power minus x by a power x plus a power minus x, which is minus f of x. So f is odd. Option D is sin x is obviously odd. So option A, C, D are odd. Only option B is even, and they want that only. So option B is correct. All right, just we verified for each option whether it's even or odd. Okay, 113. That is a more simple question. F of x is equal to a power x minus a power minus x plus sin x. When you try to find f of minus x, you'll get a power minus x minus minus of minus x sine of minus x, which is a power minus x minus a power x minus sin x. Actually, this alone is odd. This is odd. Sum of two odd functions is odd. But you can take minus common in total. You will get a power x minus a power minus x plus sin x, which is minus f of x. So f is odd. Just checking. Replace x with minus x and see whether you're getting original function or it's a negative. If something different, it is neither even nor odd. Okay. So now we are going to discuss something about functional transformations. Basically, what is that? They'll give some kind of equation, but they don't give the function. It is a matter of guessing in the beginning stages. But instead of guessing properly, there is a way to prove it, which function it is. I'm sure I can give some simple questions where all of you can easily guess. F of x plus y is equal to f of x into f of y. Can anybody tell a function? What is f of x? So that when you try to find f of x plus y, it will come f of x into f of y. Any guess?
A power x.
Yeah. If you take f of x is e power x or 2 power x or 7 power x, any one of them, any such thing, what will happen to f of x? 7 power x. What will happen to f of y? 7 power y. What will happen to f of x plus y? 7 power x plus y. Is 7 power x plus y is equal to this into this?
It's
Correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have many such functions. It can be always one also, right? If this is one, the product is one. That is 1 power x is also there. It can be 0 also. Yeah, it can be a constant function 1. It can be a constant function 0. Other than that, anything. In 1 power x, 0 power x also included in that. Okay, also the people rejoined. Let's say I want f of x by y should be f of x minus f of y for all x greater than 0, comma y greater than 0. Anybody knows any function satisfying this kind of thing?
The log function.
Log, yes. Because log x by y or log a by b, you can write log x minus log y. Okay, so f of x is equal to log x is okay. Any other function is there? almost similar to log x, very close to log x, some more functions are there. When I say, you will say it is so easy. I just ask other than log x, any other function.
Sir, hint.
Hint. No, it is so simple that there is no hint. It is quite obvious.
Sir,
2 log
exponential.
x. No, exponential function will not give you, because a power m minus n is a power. That is, if I give minus here and division here, what you are saying is f of x minus y is f of x by f of y. That will give you what you are saying. Okay. You can multiply 2 or 3 basically. 2 log x, 3 log x, 5 log x, 100 log x. Okay. You may say I would have said
Log
that,
x
but you did
square
not.
x cube.
Yeah, you can make the square inside. Instead of 2 log x, you can say log x square. Instead of 3 log x, you can say log x cube. Yes, log x square, log x cube, log 1 by x. They also will satisfy this. Okay. So we are able to guess. What if sometimes we are not able to guess? Okay, whether you're able to guess or not, there is a proper way to find what is that function. But that we'll study in second year, because you have to know little bit of differentiation and little bit of integration also to tell these are the complete set of functions which will satisfy that. But many times we can guess. I think sometimes we will not be able to guess something. Let us take f of x plus y by 1 minus 1 plus xy is equal to f of x plus f of y. Anybody knows any function of this sort? Many of you know something else. I will tell you. F of x plus y is f of x plus f of y by 1 minus f of x into f of y. If I had asked this, I'm sure you would have said.
Tan A plus tan A plus B.
Yeah, f of x is tan x, and so tan a plus b will be tan a plus tan b by 1 minus tan a tan b. But same question, if I write plus, you will not be able to say. In trigonometry, you don't have a formula where you will get a tan or cot of this sort, right? Okay, so sometimes we are able to guess. So even if minus, instead of 1, if I write 2, it will be a little bit problem. Okay, so sometimes we are able to guess, sometimes we may not be able to guess. But in first year, we purposely gave those questions where you can make out the function without, that is like a guessing only. But second year in calculus or integration, we gave questions where you will not be able to guess sometimes, but we can properly derive. Okay, so this is about functional transformations. There is no theory as such, other than giving few examples. When you try questions, you will understand what is this we are referring to. They will give some kind of property of a function. By looking at that, we have to just ascertain what is that function. Okay, I'll just do odd numbers. You can do even numbers. Okay, 115. Sigma k equal to 1 to n f of a plus k is equal to 243 by 2 3 power n minus 1. Okay, definitely Monday I'm not going to take extra class. Okay, so Tuesday I may take, may not take, depending on the circumstances, but Monday definitely I'm not going to take. Okay, here they said even before this something else they gave. What is that? F of x plus y is f of x into f of y. Okay, any guess? Anybody? What is the function satisfying f of x plus y is f of x into f of y? Exponential. Yeah. F of x can be a power x. A can be anything. 2 power x, 3 power x, 5 power x, 7 power x. But they gave f of 1 equal to 3 in the question. Okay, they gave f of 1 equal to 3. From that, you will get a equal to 3. When you put that 3 back, you will get f of x equal to 3 power x. Okay. So with this data and this data, we're able to guess that the function is 3 power x. Now, this is an equation, and what is that we are supposed to find? We are supposed to find a value. Okay. So what is f of a? K is changing from 1 to n. Let me put it here. It is f of a plus 1 plus f of a plus 2 plus f of a plus 3, so on up to f of a plus n is equal to 243 by 2 into 3 power n minus 2. What is f of a plus 1 based on this definition? 3 power a plus 1 plus 3 power a plus 2 plus 3 power a plus 3, so on up to 3 power a plus n is equal to 243 by 2 into 3 power n minus 1. There's a geometric progression of n terms with this is the first term and the common ratio is 3. So I can use a into r power n minus 1 by r minus 1. So 3 power a plus 1 into 3 power n minus 1 by 3 minus 1 is 243 by 2 into 3 power n minus 1. Okay, so everything we can easily compare. 3 power n minus 1 is there, by 2 is there. So this must be equal to 243. Okay, if you want, I can even just write 243 into 3 power n minus 1 by 2. So directly by comparison, 3 power a plus 1 is 243, which is 3 power 5. So a plus 1 equal to 5, a equal to 4. Okay, this is all just additional extras, just simplification. The point is, from this guessing that the function must be exponential function, but what is the base? Because they gave f of 1 is 3, base must be 3.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, if there is a relation like f of x plus f of 1 by x equals to f of x into f of 1 by x, then what
Yeah,
is
it is going to come. Yeah, that is question number 120 here. Let me see an odd number anywhere is there. I'll give some idea about it even if it is not there in the odd number. Okay. There is some theory because there it should be given f of x is polynomial. Then only we can tell something. If it's not polynomial, there are hundreds of functions satisfying that. If it is polynomial, we can tell something about it. Actually, most of the theory in functions is over, so you can complete all the even numbers, okay, in the mains material if you want. Of course, already domain range is covered. Miscellaneous questions completely you have to do both even and odd. I'm not going to do that. Is starting from 132 till 144, and also all numerical questions. So 132 till end, both even and odd you have to do it, and up to 131 odd numbers you have to do it. So after completing odd numbers, sorry, up to 131 even numbers you have to do it. After completing odd numbers up to 131, I'll be going to advanced material and we'll discuss from there. But theory is covered all. And you can also simultaneously finish the IP. IP also, every whole theory is over for all exercises. Okay, so 115, anybody still any doubt? Okay, I'm going to erase it then. Seven. Are you remembering some formula that you studied when you look at that function?
A plus B whole square minus A minus B whole square.
A plus B whole square minus A minus B whole square. Okay, but here it is plus. A plus B whole square minus A minus B whole square is 4AB. So I can adjust it something. But here in the middle, let's see. Anybody else, are you able to remember some formula?
Cos A plus B plus cos A minus B equal to 2 cos A
Yes.
plus B.
Cos A plus B plus cos A minus B is 2 cos A cos B. But here there is not the only function. There are hundreds of functions. I can think and tell you some more functions. So don't take it as cos x. That is not the explanation for this. Okay. We'll try to prove some other way. But I'll think about it and tell you some other functions which can satisfy this. Okay, 117. F of x plus y plus f of x minus y is equal to 2 f of x into f of y. Here we are not going to find what is the function, but we'll find some characters of this. Because it is true for all x and y. We are looking for a function where whatever x you take, whatever y you take, LHS and RHS should come same. So why not x equal to y equal to 0? I can put x and y as anything, but let me see, put 0 and see what happens. This will be f of 0. This also will be f of 0. This will be 2 f of 0 into f of 0. Don't cancel f of 0. Take everything one side. You'll get 2 f of 0 whole square minus 2 f of 0 is 0. If you take 2 f of 0 common, you'll get f of 0 minus 1. You will get f of 0 equal to 0 or f of 0 equal to 1. So there are two cases. In the question specifically they mentioned f of 0 not equal to 0, because then one of the things is cos x example will not work. If f of 0 is 0, cos x is not 1, right? Or f of 0 is will be 1. But anyway, f of 0 is 0, what happens? If there are many functions satisfying this where f of 0 is 0, but I think all of them are odd functions or even. Let me see why. If I put y equal to 0 everywhere, what will happen for me? That is 0. I think it is always 0 will come. Yeah. Let us substitute only y equal to 0 everywhere here. What happens? I'll get f of x plus 0 plus f of x minus 0 equal to 2 into f of x into f of 0. But f of 0 is 0, so this whole thing is 0 right side. And this f of x plus f of x is 2 f of x. So basically you got f of x equal to 0 for all x belongs to R. If f of 0 is 0, the function which is satisfying this is always 0. That is the only function. But when f of 0 is 1, it is not compulsory, because if you do this, LHS will come 2f of x, RHS also will come 2f of x, LHS equal to RHS. We are not going to gain anything. But let us substitute x equal to 0 in this. Then what happens? We are going to get f of 0 plus 1 plus f of 0 minus y equal to 2 f of 0 f of y. This is f of y. This is f of minus y. What about f of 0 is 1 now? 2 into 1 into f of y. That is 2 f of y. If you send this f of y that side, f of minus y will come f of y. Okay. So what happened was we have not yet found the function, but if f of 0 is 0, f of x must be 0 always. It is both even and odd. But if f of 0 is 1, there may be many functions, but f of minus x should be same as f of x. It should be even. That is exactly what they asked for us, I think. They asked f of 10 minus f of minus 10. It is about 0. So f of y minus f of minus y is 0 for all y belongs to R. So without even knowing the function, we are able to decide that it is even. Is cos x is the only function, or there are some other functions? We have to check cos x. Cos 2x also okay, cos 3x okay, cos kx okay. But apart from cos kx, are there any other function? Maybe. Yes, please.
So in the case y equals to 0, when we will substitute f of 0 equals to 1, then what will
It is not the case y equal to 0. It is not the case y equal to 0. Case of f of 0 equal to 0, that case. Okay. I can put x and y anything I want. I can put 5, 7, 9, anything. Okay. I just kept y equal to 0 just to see what happens. And I did not expect, but I got f of x is 0 for all x. You understand? No? It is not the case of y equal to 0. The given statement is true for all x and y. You can put y equal to 5, y equal to 7, y equal to 1. Okay, just experimenting it. I substituted y equal to 0. Our case is f of 0 equal to 0. That case, f of x must be 0 always. But in the question, they said don't take this. If f of 0 is not 0, the only option that is left is f of 0 must be 1. In that case, f must be even.
got it?
So our question related to this case, not this one. So they asked f of 10 minus f of minus 10. We already proved f is even, so it is 0. This is better to write left. Here also you take x equal to 0, something will come. Here also you take y equal to 0, something will come. They are not required for this question, so I did not written them. In fact, in the first case, if we would have taken x equal to 0, we would have got f of y plus f of minus y equal to 0 would have got. And you would have got f of minus y equal to minus f of y, and you would have thought it is odd function. Yeah, it is odd, but actually it is 0, and 0 is anyway odd. Anyone want to guess any function other than cos x, some function satisfying this?
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, why did we do this, sir?
We want to understand what are the different some properties of a function satisfying the given equation. The given equation is this. I don't know what is the function. I want to have some understanding of it. So I'm just experimenting. I kept x and y both 0. That helped me to tell that any function satisfying this, let it be whatever it is, f of 0 must be either this or this only. I'm able to get some idea about it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, if f of 0 is 0, those functions, what are the further properties to analyze? I substituted in that equation one time only y equal to 0 or only x equal to 0. It gave me some idea what is the function. Similarly, when f of 0 is 1, in that case, to understand this function better, I took x equal to 0. Somebody can take y equal to 0. Somebody can take x equal to y. Like that, they'll get different properties. Okay.
Yes, sir. What?
In fact, let us take the second case, x equal to y. Wherever x is there, substitute y. What happens? You will get f of 2x plus f of 0 is equal to 2 into f of x into f of x. Wherever y is there, I substitute x. And f of 0 is 1 for me there. So I got what? F of 2x is equal to 2 into f of x whole square minus 1. Even this gives me an idea that it is cos, because cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta minus 1. So most probably other than cos x or cos kx, no other function may not be there, I think. Satisfying this. Okay, everybody clear about 117?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 119 is a very simple question. You can easily do it. Okay, so 119, f of x plus 1 by x is equal to x square plus 1 by x square. Now they wanted to know what is f of x. So we don't want x plus 1 by x here. We want x or some t or some k there. one can easily understand how to write this in terms of this is x square plus 1 by x square. You can add 2 and subtract 2. That is x plus 1 by x whole square minus 2. So if you take x plus 1 by x as y, then it will come f of y is equal to y square minus 2. Then similarly f of x will be x square minus 2. Okay, basically try to take this inner part of f, which is in the place of x, something else is there, you take as y. Try to express this in terms of y, which are very possible. Oh, sorry. Okay, 121. F of x plus ay, this is a function of two variables kind of thing. X minus ay is equal to axy. If somebody asks you f of 9, you cannot find here. They have to ask you f of 9 comma 2, f of 2 comma 3, f of 1 comma 4, like that. Because there are two inputs here. I'm sure some machines can have two inputs and they'll give one output, right? Maybe a chemical factory, you can combine two chemicals and finally get one chemical, something like this. So this is a function of two variables, okay. But they don't want this, because if somebody asks you f of 9 comma 2, you cannot find easily from this, because for what x, what y, this will be 9 and this will be 2, you have to calculate, okay. So now what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to find what is f of x comma y, okay. So what I'm going to take, I'm going to take this as some L, this as some M, and try to express this in terms of L and M. So anyway, we can easily guess. Method 1, it easily gives me an idea that when I square these two and subtract, I'll get this. Okay. X plus ay minus x minus ay whole square is 4 into x into ay, which is 4axy. At best, I can divide with 4. So f of x plus ay comma x minus ay is equal to axy, which can be written as x plus ay whole square minus x minus ay whole square by 4. So now if you call this as some capital X and capital Y or some L and M, you can easily understand f of L comma M is L square minus M square by 4. Similarly, f of x comma y is x square minus y square by 4. Now, what is the advantage with this? If somebody asks me f of 1 comma 2, I can tell just like that. F of 9 comma 3, I can tell just like that. One may say, what if I did not get idea that when I square and subtract, I'll get this? No problem. Okay, 119 I'm arranging. Everybody completed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so for the same question, instead of just guessing, method 2 will be let L equal to x plus ay and M equal to x minus ay. When you add them, L plus M will come 2x. When you subtract them, L minus M will come 2ay. So you'll get x is equal to L plus M by 2, y is equal to L minus M by 2. So now when you take your f of x plus ay comma x minus ay is equal to axy, you can easily replace this with L, this with m, a with a only, but in the place of x, you can write L plus m by 2. In the place of y, you can write L minus m by 2a. A and a will cancel. We'll get L square minus m square by 4. Okay, so here we did not guess that I have to square and subtract only to get this. No, we just took this as L, this as m, found what is x, what is y. Doesn't matter. We have x square here, y cube here, x power 5 here, y power 10. Anything is we can do. F of L comma m is this. So similarly, what is f of x comma y? X square minus y square by 2. It's just a manipulation, nothing, just a matter of getting a slight idea, that's all. Okay, but otherwise we are not going to study about functions of two variables in detail here. We have only functions of one variable only in the IIT syllabus. But some simple manipulation like this can be always asked if they want to. So now this is a more easy formula than the given one, because if they ask what is f of 9 comma 5, it is 9 square minus 5 square by 4. Where earlier it was not that obvious how to find f of 9 comma 5. I guess we'll finish 123 also, so that periodicity concept will be left. Only that I can explain on Monday fresh. So starting at 123. So after this, we'll finish 123 and then we'll stop the class. Okay. Okay, 123, they gave f of 0 greater than 0 and the function is f of x into f of y minus f of xy is equal to x plus 1. Okay, it is not quite obvious what is the function here. As I said, we'll just do some trial and error. Put x0, y0, x and y1 or x1, y0. Get a feel of some values of that. For example, if I put x equal to y equal to 0, it will give me f of 0 into f of 0 minus f of 0 equal to 0 plus 0. This is f of 0 whole square. I can take f of 0 common. I'll get f of 0 minus 1 and right side is 0. Either this is 0 or this is 0. So I'll get f of 0 equal to 0 or 1. I can take f of 0, 0, but in the question they said f of 0 is greater than 0. That's why that case I am not taking. But I can analyze what will happen in that case later. So now let me take, let f of 0 equal to 1. Now I want to put only y or only x as 0 and I can use this result. Let us see that. Let, okay, in the case, instead of let, it is case. In the case of f of 0 equal to 1, let y equal to 0. Let me put it. I can put x and y are equal. I can put y equal to 1, x equal to 1. I can put x and y both 1 also. I'll get something maybe. In fact, if I put f and 1, x and y both 1, I'll get f of 1 whole square minus f of 1 equal to 2. Some quadratic equation. I'm sure I can get idea about f of 1 value also. Okay. And when I put only y equal to 0, what is happening here? I'll get f of x into f of 0 minus f of 0 equal to x plus 0. But f of 0 is 1 for us. So when you put 1 here, you'll get f of x into 1 minus 1 equal to x. Send 1 that side, you got the function straight. F of x is x plus 1. If you want, you can verify that it is satisfying. So f of x is x plus 1. This is f of x into 1 minus 1. Okay, so we took x and y 0. Okay, if I take x and y as 1, also something may come. All right. You can try to copy this and understand. I'm just seeing what will happen if I put both 1. I'll get f of 1 whole square minus f of 1 equal to 2. That is f of 1 minus f of 1 minus 2. This is a quadratic equation which can be splitted. F of 1 minus 2 into f of 1 plus 1 equal to 0. So I will get f of 1 equal to 2 or minus 1. Here f of 1 equal to 2 is satisfied. So I think this minus 1 may belong to f of 0 equal to 0 case. So let me analyze when f of 0 is 0, what would have happened. If I put only y equal to 0 or only x equal to 0 and then substitute 0 here, 0 here, I will not get anything. F of 0 is 0, this is gone, this is gone. You get x equal to 0, which is meaningless. Yes, please.
So we will get x equal to 0 when f is equal to 0.
Okay, x equal to 0 is meaningless. Okay, so something absurd. So what else I can substitute? Whether I put x equal to 0 or y equal to 0, I'll get same absurd result. So what else I can put? Because when I put x equal to 1, y equal to 1 both, when I put x equal to y equal to 1 both, I was getting f of 1 equal to 2 or minus 1. 2 belongs to our solution, then minus 1 belongs to some other case maybe. If somebody has not found f of 0 also, still with f of 1 also, I think we can find the function. How? Put only y equal to 1. Let's say you got f of 1 equal to 2. Let us put only y equal to 1 here. What happens? This is f of x and this is 2. You will get 2 f of x. This will be minus f of x. That will be x plus 1. You can see you are getting f of x equal to x plus 1, right? Okay, so instead of giving f of 0 greater than 0, they can also tell f of 1 is greater than 0. And also still will get. But if f of 1 is minus 1, what would have happened? Because we got the other one solution here. So let us put y equal to minus 1, y equal to 1 and f of 1 is minus 1. What would have happened? What about f of x with minus 1? With f of x is equal to x minus 1. This and this are not getting cancelled, right? Yes, so it is, I'm getting f of x is 1 minus x by 2. Am I right? I took f of 1 as minus 1. When I put both 1, will it satisfy? This will be minus 2. This also. What are the options I got earlier? F of 1 is 2 or minus 1, correct. If I put both 1, this is minus 1 whole square. That is only minus 1. That is 1 plus 1. This is 1 plus 1. Yeah, everything is fine. And in the case of f of 1 is minus 1, I kept only y minus 1. So y is equal to 1. Then I got minus f of x minus f of x minus 2 f of x 1 minus x by 2. What is f of 0 here? 1 by 2. But earlier I did not get f of 0 1 by 2. So it is violating something. When I put x0, y0 both, my f of 0 has two choices only, 0 or 1. But if I take this function, is this function satisfying there? Let me check first of all. 1 minus x by 2 into 1 minus y by 2 minus 1 minus xy by 2 is equal to x plus y. Is it correct? No. It is not satisfying. But x plus 1, I think it will satisfy because 1 plus x into 1 plus y minus 1 plus xy should get x plus y. Okay, I think other case we are not getting any tangible solution. All right, 123, is everybody clear or anybody any doubt?
Clear, sir.
All right. Okay, so only periodicity, which actually in trigonometry we discussed about periodicity, but once again we'll discuss we'll discuss few questions based on that in the next class. But you should try to complete all the even numbers based on what we discussed. At least up to 1 to 50, all even numbers definitely should complete by Monday. Okay. Thank you.